Hello Collective, thanks for joining me. I hope that you're all doing well. So, this one's jumped out, we will put him back in. So thanks to those who have continued to support my channel, and welcome to those who are new. I feel, especially with that wealthy man card jumping out, that it would make sense for us to try and just pick up on the energy of the past 3-4 readings. It seems to be all joining together in some way, so if that's your situation, then I'm sure you'll be wanting to know as much as you can of what's coming up. So we will just bring this energy out. Yes, we know that you're needing to use your discernment within a situation. Not the whole reading will be for you, but the main thing is don't make anything fit, and there's nothing that's contained in tarot that is meant to leave you feeling upset, anxiety and frightened in any way. That's not the purpose of the message. It's, especially with this, it's just to give you another perspective of how you may be viewing a situation, just to broaden your thought process, really, I suppose. Because when we've got worries and we're trying to figure something out, we're kind of set in a biased kind of way, as much as we try not to be, and we have blind spots. So if this can give you different examples, then it may help you to bring more forward for yourself. That's really the purpose. All right, so we've got mature woman, that could be yourself or someone connected. We've got pathway, so number 6 and 35. We've got concern, number 33. High honor in reverse, 25. Adjudication, number 30, and one more, and we've got despair. Okay, so the things that came forward as they were coming out, and then we've got house in reverse, but I'm being told to just scrap that for now because this is what we need. So with this mature woman, can be yourself or someone that you know, someone connected to a situation. You may don't know them, you may not. For some of you, I'm also picking up that that could be a sister, doesn't have to be, but whoever this female's representing, clearly there's a direction that they're taking or a pathway that they're heading down that is a concern. So I know that there's a few readings that are going around, like there's an ex that doesn't want someone to move on. That's not really the energy that I pick up on with what's coming out here. What I'm getting is that maybe a direction that someone's heading, or the more they keep moving forward in the same way, that there's going to be drawing attention or shining a light on something that is causing a concern for either someone that may be nothing to do with a situation, or someone that's hidden. There's something about the direction someone's going in is a concern. It could be that it is completely new. It could be you could have got with somebody new and this could be family members or friends or whatever, thinking or feeling that if a relationship developed and carried on the same path, same direction, then it's going to be a problem further down the line. Something like that could be significant. Or it could as well, if it's yourself, it could be that you've got a concern that you're moving in a direction, but you're not really sure where it is that you're heading. For others as well, it could be that you're now seeing light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe you could have given up hope that you were going to see some kind of break in the clouds, and that was becoming a concern, and now you're being shown like a sign from your spirit guides or higher power, a sign from God, that type of thing. So with the high honor in reverse, that could be a thought process, like I was saying, about a concern of the direction you yourself are heading in, or somebody that you know the direction that they're heading in, that it's not something that is like, for example, when people do tarot, then they are judged. How can you be connecting to God or Holy Spirit or higher powers when you're doing tarot and that's connected to the devil? So it's got a stigma attached to it, which isn't classed as high honor. But those that do tarot know, in order for their pathway to be able to get clear messages and things that do resonate on a genuine soul level, that they absolutely need to be respectful of a higher power, whatever they may call it. So this high honor in reverse feels for me more like a projection. Yeah, or you could be worrying what people think. If you're taking a new direction, it could be feeling a little bit off course. There's something like the pathway that you're heading down, or this person is, that it's either they've got their own concern, which is more doubt than concern, or someone is concerned that you're heading their way, and maybe, like, say if you were setting up a new business, someone could be concerned and think, right, that's going to be my competition, or they're moving in this direction, something like that. So I suppose as well what I'm getting is that this is thought, either others projecting forward, or it feels like keeping thoughts to themselves. So with this judication, there's an explanation. So it's, if it's you being hard on yourself, or having doubts of what people may think, and having to explain the route that you're taking, or that you've ended a relationship, or you've got with a particular type of person, or anything like that, this could be your thoughts of how you're going to explain it. Or if you're challenged by your family members or people that don't see what you're doing in a high light, then you've got to explain that. So that's also causing a worry, because maybe you could be met with resistance a lot of the time, or you could be more of a creative or free spirit, and there's an expectation that you should be doing something a bit more 9-to-5-y type work, something along that. It definitely feels like someone being in their head. So it could also be somebody that we're not seeing their energy just yet, is thinking about a female energy, and where they're going and what they're up to, in the sense of the direction that they're heading. So that despair could be yourself, this person, or an anticipation of a reaction from having to answer questions. So it's like, well, why do you like them, or why are you with them, or why did you get back with them, or why did you do this? It's like, not wanting to have to explain their self. For others of you as well, there could be just a concern about some kind of action or behaviour that's not been acting with integrity. It could have been an impulsive action, male or female, and this justification could be like self-talk as well, of why did I do that? This type of energy. And especially now I'm just being reminded, if we are picking up on the past 3 to 4 readings, that would make sense with that energy. I'm definitely feeling that it's a projection of somebody's thoughts onto you or someone, or this is you or this person. So we've got here emotional loss. So again, with the same situations that I've just used as examples, this emotional loss could be having to go a different pathway, leaving something behind. So say if somebody was a widow, unfortunately, that they then need to go through this emotional loss and readjust their pathway to moving forward solo, that type of thing. Or even someone that's been in a long-term relationship, something about like either a lonely path or travelling down a road that like we said, don't know where it's going to lead to, or walking into the unknown, I suppose. There's something about maybe a fear of failure, which could be this as well, and the worry of having to explain, oh, took a risk going a different way and it didn't work out, or someone said, well, I did warn you that it wasn't going to work out. But people can warn it's not going to work out, but we all know that a lot of the time we can take it on board, but we do still need our chance to try it our way. Because if we were to not bother taking a road less travelled on the back of somebody projecting their fears, then we wouldn't find enlightening discoveries, or that could be a light where you're being guided, and whatever loss is being left behind, this light could literally be a healing light, or the journey that's being taken is the process of taking a risk to go down there without knowing what's at the end or what comes next, is in itself quite healing. And and is something that you couldn't put off just because someone else is concerned. That's why a lot of us do go through stages where we're blocked in and limited, because we do care how people see us and what they think, or we don't want to fail and we want to get it right. And maybe you may have had previous decisions made and they haven't worked out. That again, and it's fear to stop you taking another risk or trying anything else. But when you weigh that up compared to standing still and not travelling down a path, then compared to try it and see, you can always come back to that spot again. It doesn't matter how many times you have to start again. It's the being able to get back up and start again is one of the strengths and the key things. So with this concern card, it can be taken many ways for whatever your situation is, but to be mindful that a lot of us don't do things on the back of what someone says. And if you were to add in that this could be a manipulated concern or a fear projection to stop you heading down a particular path, which could be the exact route that you need to go, then that needs to be beared in mind as well, without it being everyone's attacking me paranoia. Paranoia works to keep you alert, one step ahead, but it's not supposed to be consuming you and fear-based decisions and so on. It just, with that, I find a little bit, it helps you to look into directions or possibilities that you maybe wouldn't be considering if your guard was completely down, unsuspicious. So we've got destiny in the reverse. So that again is the explanation I've given. It could be somebody throwing you off the path, redirecting you, or maybe it's you're caught in a situation that you're feeling disconnected from your life path purpose, not so much purpose, but your life path journey. You may not know what it is. Well, sometimes we don't know. It's about the starting, the getting motivated, the pushing through the fear of the unknown and just one step in front of the other. It's, we can sit there procrastinating about all the scary things that could and couldn't happen. The time that you spend on that, you've already walked yourself into a failure. So you just don't know. How many times do we say, oh, imagine this, this, this and this, and it never generally plays out like that. So yeah, consider it, but still get started. We've got here solitude. So it feels that there's an element of keep holding back. So there's a feeling of projection. So it doesn't feel like either someone's stopping you, but it feels more like it's thinking what others will say, or trying to get ready to start, but then having to implement a plan B. When you put a plan B in place, that's fine, but it doesn't need to have like the whole details like plan A. It's just a little bit of a safety net, but it's also a self-sabotage, because if you've got a plan B, you're already telling your mind that there's a concern and you're likely to not succeed. So to remove that and replace it, and let's just turn this in the right way, to turn it into failure's not an option. Yes, some would say that surely that's got to be even worse, because if it did fail, then look at the depression and the despair that you're going to throw yourself into. But the other way that you can frame that is failure's not an option. That gets you motivated, gets your ass in gear, gets you moving forward and reconnecting with whatever it is that will help you re-spark that path. And don't forget, everything's fluid, so you may feel that you don't know what your destiny or your purpose is right now, but it can change and switch anyway. It'll all be the same frequency, same feeling, same lessons that come from it. It's just how you get there. So you'll always have different versions of, regardless of what pathway that you take to get there. It's always still gonna blend back in. So and your mind changes, or you evolve. You could get halfway down that path and an opportunity present, and you choose to spend time with that opportunity. It doesn't mean say you're not going to carry on till the end of that path. That's already there, it's already a given. It's just you are allowed to stop off on the way, because wherever you're stopping off, you're still learning, you're still taking a risk, a new experience, a new everything. It's all part of it. With this solitude, many of you, especially if you've come out of some kind of healing process, have spent a lot of time in isolation, whether it's self-imposed or whether there's been a reason. I'm seeing somebody with a leg in plaster cast, so you may have had no option but to sit in. That type of thing would be brought forward in a nicer sort of sense by the spirit realm, because if you were someone that's always on the go and don't take a minute to sit down, sit with yourself and reconnect to your pathway, so to say, then a situation will come about and then you're kind of forced to have to. So there's something about whether you've processed an emotions and released it, or out of that loss you've still got the bravery, I was going to say, to take a risk and try something new. Sometimes with these losses as well, it is the chance for us to start again and transform ourselves or reinvent ourselves, or it's like, well, if that's a loss, then I may as well just reevaluate. Am I still heading in the direction that excites me, fulfills me, and am I getting what I need, my needs met? And if it's a no or whatever, then this solitude is the time that you start kind of just putting in the basics of, well, what would it need for you to feel something or whatever, and you just build from there. And that's it. You don't need to spend loads of time there, but it's just something that inspires you to get moving. So with this adjudication, if we're looking that someone is concerned in the direction that this mature woman is heading, or something that's going on, let's see, because I was just seeing as well that if it's not so much like say a sister or yourself or someone that you know, it could be that there's a concern of someone getting out of hand. So you can switch that from whatever perspective, in the sense of someone that you're not getting on with, or that someone you know is not getting on with and their actions are becoming a concern. So same thing, but we're looking from your perspective. So adjudication, so the adjudication there is showing some kind of imbalance of emotions, or something's too much or gone on too long, or it's tipping the scale. So again, if this is somebody that's watching you approach, male or female, there could be a sense of what mental frame of mind are they in? Are they crazy? They're coming down this path. Why are they coming down here? You know, something. It's almost like going off the beaten track. Just like I'm being shown the Fool card. So you could have come out of a healing period and then all motivated of a fresh start, new beginning, and off you go, skipping down a path. Oh, I'll just explore down here, where you've not realised that there was a no trespassing sign, or a enter if you dare sign covered by leaves, and you've just done the Fool, taking a risk, a leap of faith, and skipping down to see what's at the end of it, whereas someone's like, what the hell, no one ever comes down here. So explaining what was you doing there, or why were you down that path, why were you in that area, why were you where you were, or why did you choose to do that? Okay, so it's like having to explain actions. And again, if this is looking at somebody's thought process, that could be something that they're thinking through when they have to explain actions or something. what are they going to say? So we've got prosperity begins in the reverse and financial material changes. With that balance in reverse as well, we could be looking at something that's frozen. Something's been placed on pause. Let's take a look. Just trying to see whether it's like this is either thinking and being hard on yourself and so, or having to explain your actions or what you're doing to family members. It keeps feeling, but there's an element of that as well, with having to do what everyone else wants you to do, not being able to just get on and do what you want to do, feeling the emotional loss because you're not travelling down the path that you're feeling led to. So yeah, we've got the Two of Swords. Let's put that up there. We got the Two of Swords, so an indecision. Maybe you're looking to go away, or maybe looking to move away. Maybe you could just have a do not disturb sign on. There's like an indecision. Shall I, shan't I, or shall I say that or do that? It's like a push and pull between wanting to be yourself or a different version of yourself, but there's something getting in the way. By you doing what you're wanting to do, it's causing an imbalance somewhere else. For others of you as well, there could be an official appointment or something that stops you being able to go a different route or different way. We've got here the Wheel of Fortune with our destiny, but don't forget destiny was in the reverse, so there's a disconnect or feeling disconnected from either a life calling or purpose. Yeah, see, this is the thing as well, and where like concerns being projected onto people, that going down this path and discovering whatever it is that's being hidden could turn out to be your destiny calling, but from the outside or from any other perspective, you may never have even considered going down that path because it's off the beaten track, or people are warned away from don't go down that route, and yet here you are, it's opening out to all kinds of everything. It's like, yeah, and you can kind of see maybe it's something, it's like a secret or a way of doing it, or a beauty spot or something that's like, now everyone's gonna know about it, something like that. So either way, you're being called towards it. It doesn't matter how much time it takes, as long as you are trying to motivate yourself to put the wheels in motion. So it's things will, like the pathway will present itself. So we've got here the Strength in reverse. This feels like some kind of mental anxiety, so that could be the female. There could be a concern of their mental health, like we were saying, the imbalance and the concern, are you crazy going down there? Or again, it could be you're following, unbeknown to you, just a new direction, but it is your absolute destiny, soul calling, and so there's no amount of strength, concern or strong arm or deterrent that's going to keep you from that pathway. Yeah. So maybe there could be fear-based tactics, like if someone's projecting their fear, it's like, oh, you're not going to walk down there at night, are you? To stop you, but it's not stopping you. So you're excited for the journey, wherever you're going or wherever you're heading, and you've already thought through all of the concerns and worries, but no, if you're going to keep doing that, then you'll be there for another blooming couple of years. Unless, say, you or your sister or friend, whoever it may be, actually does have some kind of health concerns and looking to travel off on their own, that may be a worry. And with that high honour also being in the reverse, could be like a family member or friend feeling, I'm not doing the right thing if I don't voice my concerns. So that's another thing, speaking up. But with this, if it's already feeling like a Spanish Inquisition, maybe we need to remember that this is the anxiety state that a lot of questioning puts people in. So maybe framing or a different way of approaching this, so it's not feeling like a stressful interrogation, you know. That's if it's coming from a genuine heart space place. So we've got here the Queen of Pentacles, something about finances. I wasn't getting a feeling of finances going down that route. It just felt like exploring. But again, if it turned out that you've just taken a direction, it could well end up being something that is fated for you that you would have never have known if you hadn't have been brave enough with this Strength in reverse, or if you hadn't have seen it as a way to re-heal with that emotional loss. It's going to bring something that, even if it's not pentacles, it's going to ground you in the sense that you're going to find yourself, or you're going to challenge yourself on a spiritual level. Or if it's like a widow, they would have had the partner doing things with them or for them, and so they've needed to then learn to become independent on their own and overcome any weaknesses that may be from being a 2 into a 1. So feeling the way through is all you can do. I mean, obviously, if you were feeling like going on a journey and you were really, really getting anxiety, panicky, and concerns and that side of things, then you would be needing to take a minute and then reevaluate, where are they coming from? Are they actually yours, or are they other people that's planting those seeds? But for me, it feels that it's going to be character strengthening because of your bravery to take the direction that you did. So that could be it as well, that sometimes people get nervous about others changing around them. Like I've said in other readings, if you start changing, and maybe you might have been not brave, it's just for the sake of wording it that way, but you're becoming more courageous the more that you're fending for yourself or becoming independent. So this change within yourself then has that knock-on effect that others need to. So someone that might not, like overprotective parent may always see you as vulnerable, especially if there is like a depression linked or anything like that, or finances or something. They may be overly protective, but then you being independent and being in your highest honour for yourself forces that parent, for example, to have to change by letting go of the apron strings a little bit, so that you can go out and explore the world. You don't have to be off for months and months and whatever. It's like little by little for both of you. It has that knock-on effect, or could be going away to work, something like that. Just trying to see if I'm picking up. It doesn't feel legal, it just feels more like, oh well, what if it doesn't work out? You'll have to come back. Well, yeah, I'll come back. It's the same whether I don't go, then I'm still sat here, or if I do go, at least I've tried, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll be back, isn't it? It's not that you're going forever, that type of thing. So we've got here High Priestess. Maybe there is something that you're not knowing, but we're definitely seeing this pathway that you're heading down. Either yeah, I just keep getting the sense that you're skipping off down this route, and there's something you don't know about that pathway that you've picked. So new level, new devils. It's almost completely oblivious to how, without changing it all dark, but it's like if most people would be scared to take that path because it's haunted or something like that, and the signs and whatever, don't come down here because aliens eat you at the end of it, but yet you're still skipping down there. But then when you get to the end, you see that it's not that aliens are eating you at the end of it. It's something that is alignment for you. It's you're glad you took that risk and that chance, but the secret of whatever's being hidden down there. So again, the fear base to stop people taking that direction is that element of control. So yeah, there's some kind of, so if you did, maybe you get down there and you've got to be explained now that you have come down, and now that you have, not like a NDA, not saying that, but it's like now you've seen it, we need to officially like give you clearance or whatever. Yeah, not even meaning it to be all like government and aliens and whatever, but there's something going on and people just rely that others are too scared to take that route. But it's like now you've seen it, so it's like, well, what are we gonna do? Are they gonna keep that secret, or are they gonna go back, tell people? What are we gonna do? And then there's that despair, which is either this person having a concern, so there's some kind of loss, and we've got the emotional loss there, or this also could be somebody waiting for an answer and a result to come out. It's like preempting something. Yeah. of if it was like, say, a female going backpacking on their own, for another example, then there's the concerns, but be like, right, sit down, tell us where you going, when you're expecting to blah blah. We don't want any hidden side journeys along the way. But that's the whole point of backpacking and exploring, because you may not be exactly where you've said you're going to be, because it's the whole point. So something like that. So keeping something to themselves. Maybe you've already been down there and seen, and keeping it to yourself. So yeah, something being discussed and it's not being mentioned. So you could have seen something, obviously, because there was that, they've seen. Yeah, seen the truth, high honour. Yeah, seen the truth. It's like, yeah, it's not a haunted pathway at all. Which that's probably the concern. It's like, we've made loads of money off saying this was a haunted pathway and people not coming down. Now you've seen the truth, telling people it's not haunted at all. We're gonna lose out, because everyone's gonna be seeing it. Yeah, so judgment. So it's either having to make a decision on how to manage this situation. So I'd be like, oh, I knew I should have put a friggin' locking gates at the front. Yeah, someone was meant to do something and they didn't. So it could be someone explaining why weren't they somewhere when they should have been, and they can't explain, they're just stressed, made a wrong judgment call. I feel as well that, again, remembering that this feels like it's just thoughts bouncing around someone's mind, this does feel like it's either two different people or someone projecting into the future that that's what things are going to be like, or maybe someone saying that's what will happen if you keep walking down that path. You'll be caught up in legal fees and you'll wish you hadn't done it. You wish you'd taken a different route. Yeah, so someone's manipulating a change. So we've got here the Queen of Swords, taking action on something, speaking your truth, or being true to yourself, I suppose, as well. Yeah, so we've got the Knight of Wands pushing forward with something to create balance. We saw the balance in reverse. That's the message getting forward, but you're still acting on it. And then underneath we've got the Tower in reverse. So it could be something like, oh, we didn't expect for her to still travel down that pathway. We thought we'd stopped it, but not. Collaboration. So whatever it is that you've seen, there could be you need to keep hold of this secret for whatever reason. Could be legitimate, loads of reasons, you know, of whatever it is. And I'm only using obviously pathway as the direction, as the examples, but you can apply it to whatever's going on in your environment that it would actually mean. But it feels like somebody needs to speak with you because something that you're doing or seeing, that they need you to keep it secret, whether it's for now or always or whatever. So maybe this conversation puts you in a position that it's going against your truth or what you stand for, what you believe in. Yeah, we've got here the Three of Pentacles, so could be like, well, the only way is to bring them on board. That felt a bit like, it didn't feel like it was really a thing. It feels like diverting you or this person or someone. Or maybe that could be it also, that this female is outside of you and they have diverted your destiny to go a different route, especially if we were picking back up on the energy of the past readings when we saw the last reading, that there was the deception and envy, with that being a spiritual contracts being, soul contracts being dissolved and shut down, and you being ready, come out of an emotional loss, you're healed enough in order to hear a truth, or the weight of a truth coming forward. So to do with deception of finances or stability, something along those lines. We saw imbalance, and then the secret being held there. Whatever this is, whether it's a message or something coming forward, it's going to be revealed. So with that, it could be looking like it was men in the forefront doing the actions in reverse, high honor in reverse. But actually it's a female funding it or behind it, something like that. But yeah, changing course and direction. So as well, if that we're going from that perspective, this Two of Swords isn't even swinging in and out left and right for trying to make a decision. It's, for me, representing with that being the third sword. So the Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, three situations or three soul contracts, which that is something that kind of came forward when I finished the other one, that this situation we're all picking up on seems to be affecting so many people, and so many lives all being affected or linked in on some way, if we're looking at it from a soul contract perspective, soul growth and karmic lessons, all the rest of it. But the threes keep showing up all the time. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Three of Swords. So it feels to me that, are there three people that all have some kind of soul contract together, unbeknown to them, and this is how everything's come in? So in the normal 3D, you would be like, well, how are you going to have a soul contract with them? We targeted you, or we pushed you off there. You wouldn't have known about them until because we brought them forward, or something like that, whatever. This is why it's hard to blimmin' explain to people like that, because it's like, oh, you're just passing the buck, or you're just saying that, or it's like literally a waste of energy. But what I'm saying for the purpose of this reading is that is exactly how it works. People may feel that they are planning a situation, whereas really they're being guided to there because it's going to be connected to karmic fate of some kind, whether it's that it ends up working out for the good, or whether it goes all haywire, or whether two people with the soul contract end up linking and connecting and following out theirs, and one doesn't, or all the different variations of that you can find. But the thing as well that I've had to learn along my journey, for sure, is that just because I've been following a spiritual path, and that's something that I've kept to myself, not everyone is like that. Don't forget, a lot of the time it's all seen as vibration and frequencies and all of that, and just seen as fake, as we know. So that's more like the logical thinkers. They're just not into all of this spirituality stuff, and that's okay. But if you've got to take that perspective and understand that not everyone's into spirituality or religion or following or whatever, some people just aren't. And so if we've got to understand that, and they've got to understand us, we need to find a balance of it being a little bit more in our minds. Not everyone is into religion or spirituality, but they get overlooked, or it's like that clash, isn't it, where, I don't know, I suppose it's like the ridicule of it from those that just don't believe in it. It's the butt of a joke, or it's a piss take, or it's an easy target. But that's why things like soul contracts, if they're not into this, they wouldn't be thinking of soul contracts. Whereas if you're spiritual or that side of thing, I don't know, do they still have all of that with religions? I'm not sure. But so why would they have that in their foremind, that yes, things can be fated, but they wouldn't be looking at it to that level and depth. So it's like, don't believe in karma, don't believe in consequences. People can just do whatever they want and nothing really happens. The authorities aren't doing anything, and for something to go to court, it would be like a civil court, which is almost like feels like a joke one, if it's even still a thing, because you're not getting anyone's ass in there, and if you do get them in there, you're not getting anything out of it, I would imagine. So what is the point of the whole process? Whereas where I come from, in my belief, I absolutely know that by seeing things and having proof along the journey pathway, that it is a thing, and that's what's kept me on my path, devoted to that. And that, so what's playing out now energetically, as we're all starting to pick up on that feeling, is the reality of, but what if it is true, or what if something does turn out to be that way, that there is something, a higher force at play, higher consciousness. It's there. But I feel that because the spirit realm has always been questioned, or it's fake, or different elements of, now what's coming into play is showing people that it is a thing. The other aspect, which even for myself is the spirit realm, but the physical interaction side of it, that bit is the mad part for me, because you just always know of it being energetic, or you could see, but a physical interaction, for me, that is a whole new avenue, definitely, for that. But yeah, and it's not just like a spirit touched on the shoulder, it's like an actual physical, yeah, mental. But so it feels it's something like that. So we are all picking up on this feeling, this energy, that something's happening, we're gonna see something or hear something, and it's like, which side of the wheel of fate will you be on? Is it turning in your favour or not? And I feel as well that the reason that this is becoming so much to the forefront is because a lot of the people that are really trying and doing their bit need some kind of just to show that what they're believing in and the reason that they're following their own moral inner compass and integrity and all of that side, treat people how you expect to be treated or deserve to be treated, following that, it's there needs to be a little bit of something to say, yeah, keep going, it's a thing and it is all being seen. So that's what's coming forward, because there's a lot of that counterbalance of people thinking, well, I can do what I want, there's no comeuppance or consequences that come from it. That's not the case. It's what we're going to start seeing play out is, and it's nothing all like biblical and all that they've been saying, it's just a show of presence really for those that are open to seeing it and connecting. This is said, this happens, and it was on the result of whatever. So this is seeing it play out in real time. But what will be the knock-on effect from that is those that have seen with their own eyes, as I have done in the past, that they then become a believer, whether it's religion or spirituality, but it's still to do with why it makes it all that more important to follow that moral compass, regardless of needing a structure to work towards. You know how to blooming carry yourself and how to interact with people. It's as simple as that. And if you're gonna just keep shitting all over people, then know that this is a thing on the back of choices, decisions made. It's just people in this lifetime are actually going to get to witness it, experience it and see it. It does happen, but normally we're not paying attention, or we're not able to see a storyline start from beginning to end and see it began here with that intention and it ended here with whatever way the wheel of fate goes and whoever it is that's involved. So again, just as I'm saying there, we've got choose wisely, which will be the knock-on effect from it, because once you've had an experience like this, whether you call it paranormal or spiritual or psychic or whatever it is that you label it to frame it for yourself, you're never going to forget it, and you will become a believer, because that's what everyone wants. Oh, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, this is what you're dealing with now. It's an actual, this isn't like spirit guides, this is an actual energetic force. They're like, this is, yeah, not to be played with. Yeah, I was just laughing, not to be played with, because who do they actually have to answer to? They're the ones that carry out the ass kickings. So we've got suffering in silence. It's a worry of knowing, is this judgment day? Yeah, made a wrong call. It passes. It's a learning curve, a lesson to us all, and then you just go back on track, but you self-regulate, self-monitor yourself, or you go in, get proper help to get it in check, something like that. You can't just keep fucking walking all over people's lives and dismantling it just because the fucking fun of it, or because you can chuck a bit of cash around and make something happen and just be playing with shit, literally, because it's about to hit the fan. So we've got hope I don't get caught, hope it isn't me, hope I can see how it plays out for others without exposing myself, and then I'll self-correct, or if I can just get away with it this time, then I'll do good the next time. Those prayers sending out hold no weight, because when you're dealing with narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, and people that just don't give a shit, or are unable to, for whatever the reasons, don't mean to say they still can't manage themselves. They know how to interact when they're at work or doing this, or to put on a mask and get what they want. So they do have the ability to know how to carry themselves. But this type of thing, there is no plea bargaining coming with this, because it's outside of our 3D realm. This is universally, galactically, it's a rebalancing. We may feel that we're tiny pieces of a cog that won't make a difference, but if all of us are just fucking haywire, no direction, not heading towards evolution, the raising of the consciousness, we're just fucking trampling down everybody that are getting their head down to try and have some kind of quality of life, no matter how good, rubbish, or whatever someone else may perceive it to be. It's not the case. If someone is just happy doing their thing, then allow it, leave them to get on with it. And isn't it? It's all got to stop, and it's about time. But people need to physically see something. How is it going to stop? Well, don't worry about that. That's not your concern. Higher power will come in and show, and it's not that it's talking of someone coming to do something. This is why these videos have been documenting, to show there is a situation in play. Judgment was called long ago, and now everything is positioned up that it's coming to another element of. I don't feel that it's closed, finished, done. It depends how many people are affected and how slow a burner the fuse is affecting the dominoes to fall, or whether it's just like a massive, it could be anyway. That's not for us. It's going to be a surprise. That bit's hidden back from us. We don't know the full story, and this is the heads up that we're feeling that's coming, but you'll start focusing on something else or whatever, and then it will come out of the blue. So it's when you're not expecting it. But now, that's why we're getting it now. So we've got passion ignited. It is going to be tapping into emotions, because it's like that emotional body stress test, which you already know. Everyone has had the heads up and the call to, this is how it's going to be, this is what's coming in. We all get it. Whatever side we're on, whatever part we've played, we all get it at the same time. It's just we're doing other things, got our heads up our ass, we don't really care about the consequences, outcomes, or we feel, well, it's just something that says we never really see justice, or nothing comes of it, or that's someone else's story, that's not mine. It's all of those elements. That's what's happening now. It's just to show people you're moving around now, the spirit realm, it's blending in. There's a level of respecting something that is more powerful than yourself, which is why we're seeing a lot of this emperors in reverse, or empresses in reverse. Obviously they're just the archetypes, but It's about people in position of power that are abusing those positions. It's about reminding people the responsibility that they hold when they are in a position of power. Micro, macro, yeah, governments and all of that, they're all being outed, it's crumbling, but it is also within our everyday going to work, neighbours and partners, husbands, wives, kids, all of that, like just the normal day-to-day stuff. It needs to have that clear out there as well. How are we going to get everyone on the same page if no one knows what's the plan or what's happening? So it's there's been enough people that are calling judgment on a situation. It doesn't trigger it for everyone, but like this particular situation that many of us are picking up on is that there's so many people involved in it or connected that it's definitely something that's flagging attention, because people are just going to be able to understand what's going on. And yeah, there we go. Yeah, being an awareness. So yeah, awareness of what's coming. But the thing is as well, I feel that once people do get an awareness of higher beings are there, they always have been, that it will shift us forward, because then it becomes exciting to start exploring and looking, and we might not know all about it, but at least we've had confirmation that something's there. And I'm on about just with how this is playing out, not aliens at the end of the pathway. I'm on about here now. Something is bubbling, brewing, about to happen, and many of us are feeling it. And there we go, we've got the shadow at the bottom of the deck, because that's exactly what it's about. To not get rid of either one, but if you've got people that couldn't care less about others, they've already got this bit, the dark side, let's say, locked down, and thus those of us that think we're all love and light and righteous and all the rest of it have concentrated on that side so much that we've overlooked that, because it's like, oh, don't go down the dark side. Well, you need to tap into your dark side, because the both of them need to be able to go together, yin and yang. They need to go in together. How are you going to understand other people if you don't know the other side? We've all got it in us. We've got experiences throughout our life. We know how to access it. It's just about harnessing it, and that's the tricky part. Even if you don't connect to your emotions, there are still ways that you can harness in both. But people that trample all over others, they can absolutely step into, they can absolutely, there's me like tapping away, they can absolutely tap into their lighter side, because they turn on the charm, it gets them what they want, but they just can't hold it and sustain it. Just like someone, they can tap into the dark side, but it might not be their thing, and they don't want to be in there for long, because it could bring this despair or bring them down, and it's taken them everything to pull their self into the light, all of that. But there's no way around it. It's moderation. You've got to face it to embrace it. So there's elements of that as well. So yeah, positive movement forward. So no one's moving forward positively at the minute until something's been sorted. So yeah, all right, so there you go, collective. Sorry, it's a little bit rambly, but that's where we're at with the energy so far. So I hope that it's give you something, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.